Hello students, welcome to my channel SDK Pathshala. Today we will discuss about light. So, do you know what is light? Yes, you know, I know. That is, light is a form of energy. Light is a form of energy. So, we know about different phenomena of light in earlier classes. That in class 7 we have come to know about light. That is, light is a kind of energy and it goes in a straight direction. So this is the rectilinear propagation of light, and there we have discussed about reflection. So in this class also we will discuss about some phenomenon of reflection and refraction. The new phenomenon is refraction here. So let us discuss something about reflection. This is the previous class you have come to know about reflection. So let us just discuss once again. So reflection, what is reflection? What is this reflection of light? Reflection of light is a particular property of light through which or by that or for that we will see something. How? Suppose this is a pen. Now why we see this pen? Because light falls on this surface of the pen and then reflect into our eyes. So that's why we can see this pen. So if something doesn't have light, then we need to focus it with the light. That is, light must fall into it, and then if it is reflects from there, then we can see. So what is this reflection? Reflects from it. What is this meaning of reflection? Reflection is this, that whenever light incident on a particular surface, then from that surface it will change the direction and go into the first medium. So suppose this is the surface where the light incidents, and after incidence the light will changes its direction and come to this medium. So this is one medium, this is the air. So light travels from the air and incident on a particular surface, then from that surface it will change its direction. What is the direction of the light? Suppose this cap is the direction of the light, so this is the direction of the light, and after incident it will just change its direction and it's supposed to go into this, but it will, some part of it changes its direction and come into the medium itself. So this phenomenon is known as reflection of light. So if we want to see a non-luminous object, means the objects which doesn't have its own light are known as non-luminous object. So if we want to see the non-luminous object, then reflection is the property for which we can see those particular things. Now in case of a reflection, there are two kind of reflection we know. That is, one is regular reflection, another is diffuse reflection. So in case of regular reflection, what happens? In case of regular reflection, all the lights which are coming parallel, after reflection will go parallelly, or they will reflect parallelly. This is the regular. And in case of a diffuse reflection, suppose the surface is a curved surface. So in case of a curved surface, the diffuse reflection occurs. That is when lights are coming parallel, but after reflection they will bend, or they will not become parallel, or they will not reflect parallelly. So this is known as, or they are known as diffuse reflection. Diffuse. Okay, now we need to know about the two kind of images which are formed. Images are the impression of a particular object which formed at a screen or into a particular mirror. Okay, so these kind of images are of two kinds. One is known as real image and another is known as virtual image. So what is the real image and what is this virtual image? So let us try to understand the real image and virtual image. What? Real and real. Yet, what is this yet? Real. Okay, one is real image and another one is virtual. Now what is this real image? real image is a particular kind of image which forms whenever light actually meet or light rays actually meet at a point after reflection or refraction. So after reflection or after refraction, if two light rays meet at a particular point, then the such kind of images are formed known as real image. For example, suppose there is a convex mirror, an object is placed here. Now after refraction, what will happen? The light rays meet at a particular point. So at this point, the image of this A point will get here as A prime. So in this case, real image formed. Why in this case real image formed? Because the rays are actually meet at a point. The rays are actually meet at a particular point. Okay, but in case of virtual image, the rays doesn't meet at a actual point or meet at a particular point after reflection or refraction, but they appear to diverge from a point. They actually doesn't meet, but it appears that they are coming from a particular point. So these kind of images are known as virtual image. So let us see what is the virtual image. Suppose in case of a mirror, where when you stand in front of a mirror, you will see a donkey, or you will say yourself, you will see a student, you will see a bright student there. Okay, so at that time, suppose this is a mirror. So suppose this is a mirror. So if one point is here, suppose I am giving example for the point object. Suppose there is a point object, and if a ray incident normally, then it will go normally, because from the laws of reflection we have come to know in previous years, previous class, that if the rays incident normally, then it will, the reflected ray also coming normally, okay, with the same line. Okay, so one, and suppose another ray from this point reflect like this. Okay, so it will reflect like this according to the laws of reflection, that is keeping the angle like this, that is angle I is equals to R. Okay, so I is equals to R, keeping. So if you look from here, you are the student, and you look from here, you are the future generation. So look close from here. Okay, what happened? If you look from here, so you will get to know, or you will see that, or it appears that these rays are coming from this point. Okay, the rays are coming from this point. So after reflection, these two rays are appear to diverge from a particular point, which is, suppose the point is P here and this point is P prime. So this P, so actually you don't see, you see that the light will appear from point P prime. So you will get an image of P at the position of P prime. So these kind of images are known as virtual image. So what is the basic differences between this virtual image and real image? This point is the one difference. Second point is, in case of real image, you need a screen. So you can cast the real image in a particular screen, but you can't cast the virtual image in the screen. So where you need to cast it? Inside of a, or you will see inside of a, that mirror. Okay, whatever, it may be convex, whatever. Okay, so, or plane mirror. So in case of plane mirror, these virtual images are formed. So virtual images are not formed in a particular screen, but in case of virtual image, the images are always erect. In case of virtual images are always erect. That means whenever you stand in front of a mirror and you see the future of India, that is a young bright student, then you will see yourself upside down or inverted. No, you will see yourself erect, that is your head is up there. So this kind of image is always erect, and this kind of images are real images are virtual. Real images are laterally they are inverted. Okay, they are not erect but they are inverted, upside down. Okay, not like this but like this. Images are formed like this. So object like this but image is formed like this, then it is known as the real image. And if image is also like this, then it is the virtual image, because head is up. Okay, very simple. Next, multiple reflection. Do you know what is the multiple reflection phenomenon? Multiple reflection phenomenon is, suppose you are there in the barber shop for a haircut, then what they have that those parallel mirrors, so you will see number of yourself, okay, in front of the mirror and in the back side the mirror. Okay, that is the mirror which is placed at your back. There you will see number of images more than 10, 20. Okay, or in front of your mirror you will see like this. Why? Because that is the multiple reflection occurs. And what is the formula? How will you get the number of images? The number of images is 360 divided by n minus 360 divided by the number of 360 divided by the degree by which the mirrors are there. Okay, so what is the angle between the mirror minus 1. So number of images is equals to n is equals to 360 by the angle minus 1. Okay, so next we will see the phenomenon of, or in multiple reflection we can see this multiple reflection in periscope. Okay, periscope, in case of periscope is a particular device, looks like this. Okay, in a periscope two mirrors are set. Here one mirror at 45 degree, here one mirror at 45 degree, and they are parallel to each other. So whenever light comes through here, reflects here and come here, then reflects for here. So multiple reflection occurs, and due to this multiple reflection we can see an object. Okay, so suppose in case of a submarine, we are there inside the sea and we need to see what is there on the surface of the water or a surface above the water. So at that time we need to use this periscope, where you will see, suppose we are here and the periscope is like this. So this is underwater. This is underwater. So from here you will see something above the water. Okay, so there are the few examples. This is the example of multiple reflection of image, and in that barber shop also, that was the example of the multiple reflection of a particular object. Next, refraction. What is refraction? This is a particular phenomenon. Suppose take a coin and put it into a bowl. Okay, then put some water there. What will you see? You will see that it appears that the coin slightly move up, or the coin move up to the, or to move from the bottom to up. Okay, why this phenomenon occurs? Or if you dip a pencil inside a glass full of water, then what will you see? You will see that glass or the pencil bends. But if you put it out from the water, then you will see there is no bending. So why this kind of phenomenon occurs? This kind of phenomenon occurs because whenever light travel from one medium, one optical medium to another optical medium at that time, or two optical medium having different densities. So whenever there are two optical medium of different densities, so whenever light is coming from one medium and insert into another medium, then from the surface of the second medium it will change its direction. So this change in direction is the phenomenon of refraction. Okay, so refraction. Okay, so suppose this is the denser medium and this is the rarer medium. Okay, so whenever light is coming from denser medium to rarer medium, so from the second surface of the second medium, the light bends towards the normal. Okay, and whenever light goes from rarer medium to denser medium, then light bends away from the normal. So in both the cases the light changes its direction. So as light changes, so whenever there is two different density medium is there, optical density medium is there, then whenever light is coming from one medium and insert into the second medium, then from the surface of the separation of the two medium, they either bend towards the normal or bend away from the normal, depending on from which medium to which medium it is going. Okay, so this phenomenon is known as refraction, and this is the angle of incidence and this is the angle of refraction. And remember one thing, in this case angle of refraction and angle of incidence are not same. In case of reflection, angle of incidence and angle of reflection is same, but in case of refraction, angle of incidence and angle of refraction is not same. Okay, next the phenomenon or why this thing happens. This thing happens because the light having different speed in different medium. Okay, and another thing, that is refractive index. What is the refractive index? Refractive index of, or absolute refractive index. You can say absolute refractive index. What is absolute refractive index? Absolute refractive index is the ratio of speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in that medium. So refractive index or absolute refractive index of a medium is the ratio of speed of light in a particular in vacuum to that medium. Okay, that is, if you can say refractive index, this is the sign of mu. So mu is equals to C by V. C is the speed of light in vacuum, and this is the speed of light in that medium. And remember one thing, C is always greater than V. C is always greater than V. So that's why absolute refractive index of any material is always, absolute refractive index of a material is always greater than 1, because C greater than V. Okay, so what is normal refractive index of a medium? Normal refractive index is nothing, relative refractive index. Okay, relative refractive index. So this is absolute. Now what is relative refractive index? Relative refractive index, relative, this is relative. Relative refractive, what is the relative refractive index? Is the ratio of speed or relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1. So how will you write? Relative refractive index of medium 2, that's why we write 2 here, with respect to 1. So those you give respect right here, and first give respect, then for the medium. So relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 is the speed of light at medium 1 divided by speed of light in medium 2. That is the ratio of speed of light in medium 1 by speed of light in medium 2. Okay, that is, you can write this one, you can write like C by V2 by C by V1, you can write now. Okay, so you can write. Now what is C by V2? C by V2 is the absolute refractive index of medium 2. So mu2 by mu1. So 1 mu2 is equals to mu2 by mu1, and 2 mu1 will be mu1 by mu2. Okay, so this is the relative refractive index of one medium with respect to another medium. Now let us see another phenomenon where what is that phenomenon? That what is critical angle? Okay, critical angle. Suppose when light goes from denser medium to rarer medium, light travels from denser medium or to rarer medium. Okay, so whenever light goes from denser medium to rarer medium, that is from here, so whenever light goes, it will bend away from the normal. Suppose we increase the angle in like this, so on increasing the angle it will go further away from the normal. So there is a particular angle of incidence. Suppose for this incident ray, for a particular angle of incidence I, if the angle of refraction, become 90 degree, that is the refracted ray goes along the separation of the surface of the two medium, separating surface through the separating surface of the two medium, then this I is equals to known as theta c when r is equals to 90 degree. So for the angle in the denser medium, for the incident angle on the denser medium for which angle of refraction is 90 degree, or you can say in other word, for the angle in denser medium for which the refracted ray goes along the surface of the separation of the two medium is known as the critical angle. Now if we increase the angle further, then what happens? If we increase the angle to like this, suppose this is the angle I2, so I2 greater than theta c. If angle of incidence is greater than critical angle, then what happened? Then the ray will not refract on the rarer medium. The ray will reflect back on the denser medium. So this property is known as, or this phenomenon is known as total internal reflection. Total internal reflection. Why not refraction? Because no refraction phenomenon occurs. Here light reflect and here also it maintains that law of reflection. So that's why it is known as total internal reflection. So if you like my video, then press that like button, and if you not subscribe yet, then subscribe my channel for more interesting videos, and on next day we will further proceed with this chapter. Okay, thank you students.